this has just been incredible, like everything, every day. It is an adventure, you're a part of it, you have so much fun and you learn so much.
This program has definitely deepened my understanding of conservation.
I felt really honoured to be a part of it.
You don't really even believe it once you're here, it still feels surreal.
Amazing.
Unpredictable.
Magic.
Unforgettable.
Exhilarating.
It's brilliant.
The Kariega Conservation Volunteer Program is the ultimate African wildlife experience. Volunteers get the opportunity to get hands-on involved in conservation management on a Big 5 game reserve in South Africa. At Kariega we have lots of research activities. We monitor lion, leopard, rhino and elephant amongst others.
In the leopard project here, we put up camera traps.
We find out if the leopard just passed it and if we get a picture of it.
But leave them up for about 7 days. And then also if you see any tracks or any dung, record that where it is.
With the leopard project, we are trying to establish their population status in the area.
Leopard? Hope so.
We use camera traps due to their elusive nature. Ultimately, our aim with the leopard project is to ensure that they flourish here again, as they did in the past.
In the rhino monitoring project, we've been tracking them to try and determine a spatial movement pattern, as well as also checking up on them and making sure they're doing all right, and then also using rhino middens to determine the territory of rhinos.
There are a couple of rhinos and you kind of met them every day and then get to know them and which rhino is with which rhino together and which is almost alone the whole time. And
for me it's been really special being part of the rhino project, because obviously we need to conserve them, we don't know how long they're going to be around for. So the study that we've been doing has been really groundbreaking and allowing us to work out how many rhinos a reserve can hold and possibly increase the number of rhinos that can be held on any reserve.
The thing that appealed to me most about the programme was the lion project, just because they're my favourite. You get involved quite a lot following them around and you never know what you don't know to expect.
We do get close to lions. They're usually pretty calm with the car around and they get right up to it. We've got to see them play, which has been really cool, I think. Like, you don't just see them lie there, we've got to see them, you know, try to take food from each other and everything, so we really got to see a lot of different behaviors and that was exciting. And I guess that was probably the most special experiences I've had with the lions.
We definitely got to see quite a few lion kills, probably 5 or 6 in the 2 weeks I've been here. It's a bit unnerving seeing a lion kill, seeing what a lion is capable of, especially when you come quite close to them and realise that they've just killed an animal.
So we've identified all of these, and if you can see a relationship with other elephants, write that down.
The elephant study is really interesting because it's the most in-depth. I like that we are trying to identify them and do the family tree and everything.
That guy on his left here, he's got a bit of a gap there. Did you see it?
We were trying to work out the preferred species of plant for elephants, the family groups and how they were related, and how to identify the elephants, as well as the damage that they had on any plant species in the park. It's really scary when the elephants come up close to the car, but it's pretty awesome.
It's really exciting to get that close to them. You really get a sense of how massive and powerful they are when they're walking right by the car. We've gotten so close you could probably reach your hand out and touch them, so it's pretty exciting.
They surprise you because all of a sudden you're looking one direction, you look to your right or your left, and there's another elephant just out of the bushes. And it's intimidating at the same time. It's cool.
The volunteers at Kariega make an invaluable contribution to the reserve. They really are a core part of our wildlife management team, and through their research add great value to the conservation work that we do here.
As part of the program, we also do clearance and removal of invasive species in order to give the indigenous species a chance to grow.
It's important to get rid of the alien vegetation because they're outcompeting the indigenous plants.
First, when you get to know that you have to cut down trees with a machete or with a saw, you think what? But when you do it, it feels really good. So yeah, you do something good to the nature out here.
I've been really impressed at how many trees I can actually cut down, and it's made me see that I can actually do so much more than I thought I could.
Bush walks were amazing because we just got so close to the animals, and with Big Bull, the elephant, we were probably about 20 metres away from him and he didn't even know we were there.
When we did the game walks, obviously we had to be briefed by the rangers because it's quite dangerous. Felt really comfortable, felt like they knew what they were doing and felt safe.
When you get up close to an animal, for example the rhino or the elephant, it's an unreal experience.
The fact that you couldn't hear the vehicles and that you weren't in a vehicle and nothing was surrounding you besides nature and the wildlife, that was pretty phenomenal. Can't really beat it. So it was kind of like scary, but at the same time it was like awesome. Teaching the kids is probably actually one of my favorite activities, even though it had not a lot to do with animals.
You do make a contribution to them, because without us they really wouldn't have much. Like there's a lack of teachers at times, so being there does make a real difference.
It is rewarding. You do feel like you're making a difference, and you learn a little bit about how different kids are educated and brought up in a different society and different culture than your own.
I guess it challenged me in a way to try like step outside of my comfort zone, but I really like kids anyway, so it was pretty fun. And then getting to play with them afterwards and interact with them was something I'll never forget, for sure.
The kids want to learn, they do get involved if you encourage them. And so it is nice knowing that they're learning, and it's because of you, really.
Thank you very much.
Game capture is an integral part of wildlife management in African game reserves, as animals need to be caught for translocation, genetic introduction or treatment of injuries. Our volunteers get to partake in the action.
My favourite part of this whole program was the game captures.
The darting of the animals was amazing. We darted the elephant because we were changing the collar,
but also to give her a general checkup. And that was really, really awesome. Being so close to an elephant and being able to touch her, it was awesome.
Being able to touch the elephant and get up really close. It felt amazing to be a part of it and say you were part of the animal capture.
I'd say the best part of my experience so far has been the lion captures, because they were the most exciting experience I've had here. And I've always wanted to see a lion and to be able to actually be involved in a capture and watch it be darted and the vet work on it and everything. That was the most exciting.
Tragically, one of our female rhino was mutilated by poachers but managed to survive. However, she needs periodic treatment to make sure she makes a full recovery.
It was absolutely heartbreaking seeing Tandy in the condition she was after she's come so far.
It was really good to be a part of it, even though it was really sad to see her in that condition.
It just shows how important it is to make sure that poaching doesn't happen, because even for the survivors, their lives don't get easy after that.
It was also inspiring to watch how many people were there to be a part of it and to help her and to try to heal her.
And hopefully it'll have a positive impact in the future.
It's not all work at all. We did so many other fun activities, like going to the waterfall.
You can also do things like skydiving, quad biking, horse riding on the beach, so there's a lot of things to choose from.
We went horseback riding, and it's not just like regular horseback riding because you're on the beach in South Africa, so you can't really beat that. And it was like breathtaking, like running on the beach, galloping, cantering, just being with the horse. And honestly, I can't stop smiling about it just because it's so cool, and I can go back and do it again for sure.
Jumping out is kind of one of those moments of let's just do it, and then once you're out and in the air, it's the most amazing feeling. You're just absolutely buzzing. Definitely feel proud of yourself for jumping out of the plane, and it's one of these things that you should cherish forever. You're never going to forget the experience of your first skydive.
It's not a normal safari experience. You get to do a lot more hands-on stuff.
Being here and actually being in the field has allowed me to develop skills in species identification, game counting, all sorts of things that I never had just sitting in a university classroom.
You spend longer with the animals, you don't just stand and stare at them for 10 minutes, you stay there, follow them, track them.
I definitely have a better understanding of conservation now because I feel like I've learned so much being here.
From the internet, you just see things, like words don't do it justice, like you actually have to do it yourself.
You run out of superlatives talking about the programme. There's only so many times you just say amazing, unreal, and that's the best part about it.
If you've always wondered what it would be like living and working amongst African wildlife, come and join us as a conservation volunteer and find out.